Hi, I'm Cherie from Renovating for Profit. Hope you're well. Now I'm here on my current renovation site out in Sydney's Outer West. What I'm going to share with you some ways that I'm adding value to this property. Now this property is a low budget property. In fact, it's only about $350,000 value. I'm doing a cosmetic renovation to this property in 10 days. And what I'm doing is I'm going to be adding value. Now what I'm doing is I'm going to share you some of those ways with you today. First of all, first thing you need to know as a professional renovator, regardless of whether you're doing a cosmetic renovation or a structural renovation, you need to establish your sites properly. That's called site establishment. You can see here I've got my temporary fencing, I've got my site safety signage, I've got my portaloos, I've got my lollipop sticks, my witches hats, my first aid kit. So these are the sorts of things that you need to know as a professional renovator, because let's face it, if you don't establish your site and set up your site properly first up, you're going to be paid a visit by the council rangers or the work cover rangers, okay? So that's the first thing. So come inside, I'm going to show you how I've been able to add some value to this particular property. All right. So we're dealing here with a house, a project house that was built probably in the late 1980s, starting to become a bit tired. Now, one way that I've been able to instantly modernise this house is through cement render. The house has cost me about $3,500. It was an ugly red brick house prior to me cement rendering it, and you can see now that it instantly looks a lot more modern. What I've also done, come and follow me. What I've also done here is I've added a new front door. Now the front door cost me about $500. Again, that's instantly modernised. I had a very traditional old facade door that just really wasn't nice. So there's a new front door. Have a look at the roof. The roof is pretty ugly at the moment. What I'm doing is I'm bringing the roof sprayers in, and they're going to spray that roof for about $1,400. So that will actually it'll make the house look brand new. The brown doesn't do anybody any favours, so what I'm doing is going to come through and paint that a beautiful dark blue, almost black colour, and it'll just instantly lift the property. Have a look here what I've done to the gardens. The garden beds in this property were particularly low. In fact, they actually ended quite here. So what was happening, the garden beds in this property weren't looking really substantial. So I've brought my bricklayer in, and we've added 2 courses to the brickwork here. I'll bring my cement renderers back. They'll cement render that, and that'll look great. Now, what I'm really doing here is I'm just adding bulk and scale to the property. I'm just trying to build things up so they look more substantial. All right, now let's look at the driveway here. The driveway here is a terracotta. It's obviously been stencil created. It's looking a bit tired, a bit old. Now this is where, as a renovator, you don't need to go and rip up your driveway. What I will do is I'll hire a gurney from some of those hire places like Kennard's Hire, and what I'll do is I'll come through and I'll gurney it, I'll clean it, and I'll actually paving paint this. You can go buy a 20-litre drum of paving paint in Bunnings for about $120. So I'm going to do this a nice black colour to match in with the new roof and all the gutters. All right, another way that I'll add value to this property is purely through painting. Now, paint is a wonderful thing. As a renovator, you want to bath in it. It's cheap, it's inexpensive, it's quick, and it can radically transform a property. So this whole property is going to be painted inside and out. Come inside, we're going to go through inside. I'm going to show you some of the ways that I've been able to add value inside the property. Okay, now in this property, what we had is some tiles that were very, very old. In fact, some grey tiles. They were just making the property look very, very old. So what I've done is I've actually had some floorboards installed. In fact, these aren't real floorboards, they're just floating floors. So the whole house cost me about $2,500. I've put a lighter colour in, you can see here. You can see we're protecting those. As a renovator, when things are installed, you have to protect them because tradies tend to be a little bit clumsy and things get scratched. So make sure you protect everything that you do in your renovation projects. All right, come over this way. Now, kitchen. The kitchen was literally falling apart in this property. Now, sometimes if you're dealing with a kitchen that is in not too bad condition, you can actually salvage it. It was too far gone. So I've taken the kitchen out and I'm going to be installing a new kitchen. Make no mistake about it, kitchens add phenomenal value to our property. What do you spend on a kitchen? A good rule of thumb is 1.5 to 2% of the purchase price. So for example, if you've got a $350,000 house like we have right here, and this is on the lower end, what you want to be spending is 1.5%, which is $5,250. That's your kitchen budget. You don't spend $1 over that, because if you do, you're over-capitalizing, okay? So that's your budget, $5,250 on a $350,000 house, and that's for everything, your kitchen cabinetry, your bench tops, and your appliances, everything. So that's a good rule of thumb. Come over here, I'll show you what I've been doing in the bathroom. Now here, this house, a family of 5 people live in this house. There was a separate toilet right through here, and the bathroom was right through here. Now the bathroom was way too small for the number of people living in this house. So one of the very first things that I did in the strip out of this property was actually remove the wall separating the separate toilet to the bathroom. So I've actually taken out that wall, and what it's done is it's now opened the bathroom right up. What do you spend on your bathroom renovation? Again, 1.5% of the original purchase price. So if my budget for this renovation is, again, $5,250, okay? So by taking out that internal wall, what it's enabled me to do is create a much bigger bathroom, and it's given me the ability to relocate the services. Before I did this bathroom renovation, obviously the toilet was through there, had a bath behind me here, a very small pedestal basin through here, and a tiny little shower there. What I've done now is, by taking out that wall, I can reconfigure. So I've now got a much bigger shower going through here. I've got a bath going through there. I've now got a massive big double vanity going right through here, and a small toilet through there. So this will add phenomenal value to this room. Okay, so I think that's enough for today. I hope you enjoyed these handy hints. If you'd like to know how to renovate for profit, certainly log on to my website, www.renovatingforprofit.com.au. Happy renovating.